man stared in terror at what was in front of him. He quickly dunked his head underwater, holding his breath and staying completely still. A pair of enormous feet suddenly appeared in front of him. The sheep nearby immediately panicked and ran, but the next second, a huge hand grabbed it. The man underwater still didn't dare move. When he lifted his head again, the horrifying scene froze him in shock. His mouth hung open, and he couldn't move a muscle. His companion hiding behind the tree finally relaxed a little, but curiosity got the better of him, and he peeked out. He couldn't believe what he saw, fixated on the enormous creature in front of him. Just then, the giant seemed to sense his presence. Terrified, Tom quickly ducked back behind the tree. The giant immediately began striding forward. The man underwater finally couldn't hold his breath any longer and surfaced. The giant, however, had already noticed Tom hiding behind the tree. He easily pulled the entire tree out by its roots. Tom stumbled backward, terrified. For several tense moments, neither of them moved an inch. After 3 full minutes, Tom finally snapped out of it and took off running. The giant just stood there watching Tom run, totally relaxed. Then, suddenly, he took a few quick strides forward and knocked Tom out cold with a single slap. Since he had never seen humans before, the giant leaned in curiously to get a closer look at Tom. Just as he was about to carry Tom away, the captain charged forward with his sword to rescue him. He stabbed the giant sharply in the ankle. The giant winced and glanced down, then gave the captain a casual kick. The captain slammed into a rock and passed out immediately. Pulling out the sword, the giant casually took both of them and left. Jack watched helplessly, unable to do anything. Afraid of being discovered, he slipped back underwater. The giant, oblivious to Jack, strolled casually towards the cave. Jack quickly followed, planning to rescue them when he got the chance. He followed the giant for 3 full days and nights, finally arriving at the giant's home. Sneaking carefully inside, Jack saw giants everywhere, as if something important was happening. He moved cautiously forward. When a giant suddenly approached, Jack quickly hid behind a wooden door, barely escaping notice. When he came out on the other side, the sight shocked him completely. At that exact moment, a cry for help rang out. Jack immediately dove back in to find the source. After a huge struggle, he finally found Anna, but the cage was incredibly strong, and a giant was closely watching from nearby. Jack realized he had to rescue Tom first, but then the giant suddenly turned around. Jack quickly handed Tom a knife and retreated. The giant then picked up a skewer, preparing the food, and was about to put Tom into the oven. Jack didn't hesitate, immediately climbing up the rope. Every step was risky, knowing a single slip could be deadly. Just before Jack arrived, the giant reached for Anna. Jack decisively drew his dagger and jumped, stabbing the giant hard. The giant roared and struggled in pain. Tom quickly cut himself free. As the giant started raging, Jack swiftly struck again, finally killing him. They were safe for now, but clearly couldn't stay long. They immediately ran for the exit, but to their surprise, the exit was heavily guarded by giants. Jack suddenly had a wild idea. He brought over a huge beehive, and with Tom's help, quickly opened the giant's helmet. Jack immediately threw the hive inside and sealed the helmet back up. All they had to do now was wait. As expected, the giant woke up, screaming from bee stings. Overwhelmed by pain, he stumbled and fell into a deep abyss, all because of a few bees. Seeing this, the group cheered with excitement and finally escaped successfully.